Right now at 5, the last day of the DNC. What delegates hope to hear from Kamala Harris's speech this evening. And the West Salem School Board adds new referendum questions to the November ballot.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Emily Brown. Kamala Harris is set to conclude the Democratic National Convention with what is the most important speech of her political career. Ken Kazarowski is live outside the United Center in Chicago with more on what's at stake and what delegates are hoping to.
Emily, thanks very much. Yes, there is a lot at stake for Kamala Harris. Her speech tonight is the culmination of 4 days of hype from top Democrats, some of Harris's own family members, and yes, a few celebrities. And we're hearing that there's going to be one celebrity coming tonight to blow people's socks off. Not saying it's Beyonce, but I'm also not saying it's Beyonce. Now, Kamala Harris may have been Joe Biden's VP for the last 4 years, but that is a position that often sits in the shadows. So for many people, this is going to be an introduction to Kamala Harris tonight with her speech. Now, speakers all week long have been balancing her as a tough former prosecutor with a humble middle-class upbringing. It's that balance of painting her as both a fighter and also someone who brings joy and a sense of compassion for her neighbor to this race. That kind of folksy attitude was something Tim Walz brought to his speech Wednesday night, the VP nominee, and it's something Wisconsin delegates hope Harris also reflects in her speech tonight.
I'm hoping that Western Wisconsinites identify with the hard-working individual that Kamala is, the do the right thing that we all respect and that we all are, really. You know, Western Wisconsin, we jump in when people need help for something.
That she is really here to help working families. I think that's really the theme that goes through everything. That every policy that Democrats are proposing is built around making life just a little bit better for working Wisconsin families. The child tax credit, paid family leave.
Oh, yeah, we'll get off the side.
Now, expanding the child tax credit and first-time homebuyer assistance program are several points Harris pointed out with an economic speech that came before the DNC. And before she closes things tonight, probably around 10 o'clock Central, we will be hearing from Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin, as well as Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer and North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper. Baldwin, of course, seeking that third term in the Senate, currently polling ahead of businessman Eric Hovde, who, of course, spoke on the RNC floor just last month. Much more to come tonight. We'll break it down for you all live in Chicago. Ken Kazarowski for News 8 Now. Emily, back to you in the studio.
All right. Thank you so much, Ken. The West Salem School Board has decided to place 2 referendum questions on the November 5th ballot. The first question will allow the district to exceed revenue limits by $3.5 million on a recurring basis for operational expenses. The second will ask for $28 million for the addition of career and technical education at the high school, as well as renovations to the gymnasium and other facilities at the elementary school. The decision to add the referendum questions come after extensive facility assessments and community survey sessions. The district will be sending information to all district residents.
Yeah, overall, another nice day, really pleasant conditions. We've got a few more clouds. In fact, even a little bit of sprinkles as you go further north and west of the area, too. But all in all, once again, we can't beat these conditions. But it is going to be coming to an end, but not this evening. Right now, we have a few showers approaching Eau Claire, but they're really not reaching the ground. In fact, they're actually causing more gusty winds. I think right now there were 20 gusting to 30 because of the dry air. So that you might see this evening. Otherwise, it should be fairly quiet going on through 10 p.m. with 65. It won't be as cool as we go throughout the night. La Crosse not in the way of much of cloud cover, not expecting any of those showers or sprinkles to impact La Crosse this evening, getting back to 65 with a few more clouds. Overall, there's your showers up to the north. And once again, a lot of this is not actually reaching the ground, but when it gets closer to the ground, it is causing some gustier winds, and that's what's coming through the area right now. So you might see some 20 gusting to 30 occasionally with that line. Otherwise, big picture shows all the activity real to the west associated with this weak little system that's really going going to fall apart and really not be much of a factor going into the weekend. But overall, there's your temperatures right now, still mild, but out to the west, it is starting to warm up. Overall, we'll kind of go through tonight is we'll see warmer conditions, the few showers up to the north, but otherwise it's going to start warming up tomorrow, and the AC is going to be blasting as we go through the weekend and kind of break down what we expect temperature-wise, heat indices, and how long that little heat wave will last.
Okay, and how are people going to be for moon tunes tonight, do you think?
Should be fine. There's no problem going on with that.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Greg. A former Hudson School District elementary teacher now faces 10 felonies related to an alleged inappropriate relationship with one of her students. 24-year-old Madison Bergman was originally charged with 1 count of first-degree child sexual assault for an alleged relationship with an 11-year-old student. But prosecutors filed additional charges on August 15th, including first-degree child sexual assault, the use of a computer to facilitate a child sex crime, and 2 counts of child enticement. She is currently free on a $25,000 cash bond with conditions prohibiting her from having contact with any children. She'll be back in court September 26th. Today, a woman accused in the death of a 15-month-old enters a not guilty plea. 34-year-old Brittany Basley stood silent at her preliminary hearing before the court entered the plea for her. She, along with 43-year-old LaVon Liggins, are now facing felony neglect charges for the death of their baby back in September. Fentanyl toxicity is believed to have caused the death. Judge Scott Horn found a probable cause to proceed to trial and set Basley's bond at $100,000. LaVon Liggins' preliminary hearing is scheduled for August 29th. La Crosse attorney Joe Veenstra announces his candidacy for La Crosse County Circuit Court judge. Veenstra is an attorney and partner at Johns, Flattery & Collins. He is also court commissioner for the La Crosse County Circuit Court. In his practice, Veenstra has been a litigator representing individuals, businesses, and other entities in a wide variety of cases, from criminal defense to civil trials. Veenstra has lived, worked, and volunteered in La Crosse County since 1998.
I do plan on running a fun and positive campaign touting experience, community-mindedness, common purposes that most people in the criminal justice and legal system have, my own accomplishments, and my goals.
Veenstra's judicial candidacy has been endorsed by several judges, retired judges, attorneys, and community members. The college adventure begins today for hundreds of freshmen at Viterbo University in La Crosse. Between unpacking, the newcomers got their first taste of campus life, sampling local food trucks, exploring student organizations, and navigating the all-important meal plan options. Viterbo President Rick Treatley says this day is about more than just moving in. It's about laying the foundation for their college experience.
To make sure that when people show up on our campus, they feel like they're part of the community. So community building is a big part of what we do, relationship building, and so that starts here on day one.
And the fun continues tonight. Starting at 8 p.m., students can take part in a glow-in-the-dark volleyball game, yard games, and board games. A potential Gaza ceasefire. This comes after an Israeli airstrike yesterday. More on its developments after this.
Look, here's a phone company who wants us to use our phones less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us. It's a free ride. But I already paid.
Life has become too expensive. Groceries and gas have gotten out of control, and red tape is killing the economy. But fortunately, our Congressman Derek Van Orden is fighting for solutions to make living more affordable for us in Wisconsin. He's advocating for common sense bills that would make everyday items like gas and groceries more affordable.
Now, Congress has an opportunity to lower costs by cutting red tape. Tell Congressman Van Orden to keep working to lower costs and support the Red Tape Reduction Act.
story of a kinesiotherapist who rehabbed his golf game.
I love golf. I have always played golf.
Until he started having some Mulligan-level foot pain.
Well, the golf game starts down with the feet, and if you don't have good support, you probably won't have a good golf swing.
So he got fitted for Good Feet arch supports.
It made a world of difference.
Any advice for your fellow Lynxmen?
2 words, the Good Feet store. How many words is that?
Try them for yourself with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
Welcome to Washington, D.C. You got a bunch of loudmouth, preening politicians. It's absolute chaos. I'm Derek Van Orden, and after 26 years as a Navy SEAL, there's a few things that I learned. You stay on mission, you know what you're fighting for, and sometimes you gotta get a little dirty to finish the job. Let's go, kids. Not you. Not you. You. Let's go. I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
Our phones were made to help us connect, and somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic, don't you think? Oh, I love this song so much. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Just a few days are left before the next scheduled round of Gaza ceasefire talks. New efforts are underway to push for a deal, but sticking points remain. Meanwhile, thousands of people in Gaza are once again under Israeli evacuation orders. They're trying to reach humanitarian zones, but as Amy Kiley reports, those areas are shrinking.
Gaza ceasefire talks are set to resume in Egypt this weekend. The U.S. is still trying to push for a deal. The White House says President Joe Biden called Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday.
Women, children, men in Gaza are suffering without access to adequate food, medicine, and at risk of being wounded or dying in fighting that they didn't start and they cannot stop.
This is what's left of a school in central Gaza after an Israeli airstrike yesterday. Israel says Hamas was using the facility but hasn't given evidence to show that. Gaza Civil Defense says the blast killed at least 2 people and injured 10 children. In southern Gaza, thousands are evacuating on Israeli orders, but analysis shows the safe zones they seek are shrinking. This woman who's fleeing says she wants security for her children. Meanwhile, you are funding genocide! Pro-Palestine demonstrators in Chicago say they feel for the people of Gaza. They're protesting this week near the Democratic National Convention. Their potentially largest demonstration is set for this evening.
You have the DNC talking about a plethora of human rights issues. How can you talk about that while you're funding an ongoing genocide?
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Well, the pleasant fall-like temps are coming to an end, at least for a little bit. Greg is going to break down when and for how long when we come back.
Whether you're a gourmet chef or an aspiring foodie, Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique has something to inspire you. Stop in for a grand opening this weekend. You'll find something you know you need and maybe something you didn't. Hazel and Lola's, located inside Wesco and Sparta. Tell them Peyton sent you.
I'm Lori and I live on the Mississippi River here in southwest Wisconsin. I had a Harley for about 24 years. Years ago, bikers helped do sandbagging during the big flood. They enjoyed it so much they decided, well, let's just make this an annual event. It's called the Flood Run, and it makes me very happy to live here along the river. I voted for Donald Trump in 2016. That was one of the biggest mistakes I have ever made, period. He calls our military suckers and losers. My dad is buried in Fort Snelling National Cemetery, and he was no sucker. He was a patriot. I have no idea what drives Donald Trump to say those things. And now he says he wants to be a dictator, but he said only for a day.
I'm gonna be a dictator for one day.
A dictator for a day is a dictator for life. Once he's a dictator for a day, he's really gonna like that. And there goes our rights. With Donald Trump, the big fear is what comes next.
ABPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Hey folks, Ronnie Craig here, inviting you out to the 27th annual Elvis Explosion live at the La Crosse Center September 6, 7, and 8. Come on out, see 30 Elvis tribute artists from all over the world. Battle it out for $25,000 in cash. Tickets for this rocking weekend are available at the box office, Ticketmaster.com, or Days of Shows. That's the Elvis Explosion, September 6, 7, and 8, live at the La Crosse Center. See you there, or you ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's fall footwear sale is going on now. Shop our unbeatable selection and prices on your favorite brands of fall boots and shoes. Right now, all Skechers are buy one, get one half price. Plus, find value on quality brands throughout the store, like 2.5-gallon boxes of Clean Def, now just $6.99. And buy 3 Goodyear tires, get one free with installation. Plus, up to $100 consumer rebate on select sets of 4 Goodyears.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Whether you're a gourmet chef or an aspiring foodie, Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique has something to inspire you. Stop in for a grand opening this weekend. You'll find something you know you need and maybe something you didn't. Hazel and Lola's, located inside Wesco and Sparta. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Yeah, we definitely got the pattern change that will be coming here this weekend. Really, if you look at temperatures overall to the south, where they've been baking in the hundreds plus, that is what's eventually going to pull our way northward as this really deep system and kind of cold system begins to push into the southwest. Those temperatures out there are going to be in the 60s, 70s, even some mountain snow with this system, gives you an idea. But this ridge has stayed just to our west, and some of these systems have come across it. One right now, they could provide at least a sprinkle or shower. They do fall apart, but they are coming through, and that's what we'll probably see through the weekend until Saturday, when everything lifts far enough to the north that we really get under the heat and humidity. A few showers tonight and Friday. It's going to be very isolated at best. If you get something to be like a light sprinkle. Otherwise, milder on Friday will be near seasonable conditions, still around 80, and then more humidity comes Saturday, and then the showers or a storm is still a possibility through Saturday. It's a small chance, but still something to keep in monitoring with everything going on. Otherwise, for tonight, here's that little sprinkles out there. Most of this probably is not reaching the ground, so you may get some gusty winds north of Eau Claire with this activity. Otherwise, everyone else should just see cloudy, partly cloudy skies throughout the evening, getting back down into the 60s. It won't be as cool overnight given the amount of cloud cover and the winds out of the south. Here's another area that system begins to push a little bit closer towards the morning commute, so you might still see a sprinkle, a shower, possibly north of Eau Claire as it comes through. This area kind of just kind of sits over the area or just kind of sags south a little bit. So through Friday, north of La Crosse, you still might see that possibility, but it'd be very light. Otherwise, temperatures getting back up to near 80 for a lot of areas. By the time we get to Friday evening, a sprinkle may be up there, but I think all the activities in high school football should be fine. Still pleasant, still not humid quite yet for Friday evening going into Saturday, but that does change. For Saturday, the one thing we're going to keep, this little area sits right there, and then we have another system coming across, and we'll have to keep an eye on this because it has some indications by Saturday. If a thunderstorm erupts right there, that could be quite strong as it kind of sweeps through the area. Now that just started developing. We'll keep an eye and see if that does happen. If it does, then we might see something Saturday afternoon. But these are the heat indices as we go into Sunday, which is really going to be the hottest day going into Monday too. So we're already 91, 96. That could be mid to upper 90s. And we're talking about the heat indice, the heat risk. It really starts getting up into the moderate to potentially major stage as we go through Sunday into Monday. So those are definitely the 2 days to keep an eye on if you're outside. Drink plenty of fluid and stay inside if possible. Otherwise, there's your temperatures for tomorrow. A little bit closer to average, upper 70s, low 80s. Up to the north, we could see a stray shower or a sprinkle. Otherwise, most areas will remain dry, and the humidity levels a little bit higher, but still very comfortable for this time of year. It does change as we go into the weekend when it get hazy, hot, and humid for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and then eventually we'll have a front come through, hopefully by the middle part of the end of next week, to bring the temperatures back down to where they should be. So we still got some opportunities for precipitation we'll have to keep an eye on Saturday, and there's even one chance now for Monday. But otherwise, the big story is going to be the heat and humidity this weekend.
Yeah, looks like it. All right, thank you, Greg. When we come back, a newborn earns his namesake at a rock concert. Meet baby Noah.
Businesses are hoping to recycle leftover political campaign signs to prevent them from going to waste. Friday, more on the companies that are turning campaign signs into sustainable recycled materials.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Nothing tastes better on the grill than steak from Holman Locker and Meat Market. Stop in for a sale on this month's featured steak. You'll be glad you did. Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality local meat and much, much more.
My day is packed. Client meetings,
patient rounds,
getting kids out the door.
But Eric Hovde thinks all women care about is Hollywood.
It's just deplorable. Sadly, with females, they spend too much time focused on what's going on in Hollywood.
Well, guess what, Eric Hovde?
We know you supported overturning Roe versus Wade.
And we know you'd vote for a national abortion ban, too.
Eric Hovde must think he knows better than us.
What is wrong with this guy?
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select GMC Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Visit your Best Choice GMC dealer today.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
BMO. Summer is here. Get everything you need for grilling or smoking with the Summer Freezer Filler Bundle from the Holman Locker and Meat Market. Eat healthy, shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
See the stories you missed or watch them again on our YouTube page. Or find us at news8000.com. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
An auction house sold a 112-year-old newspaper article about the Titanic discovered in a wardrobe in England. The front page of the British newspaper, the Daily Mirror, is dated April 20th, 1912. It shows 2 women in Southampton, the English port city where the Titanic set sail, waiting for a list of survivors to be posted. The newspaper was found during a house clearance by Hanson's Auctioneers. The owner of the auction house credits its existence to a client's elderly grandmother. It sold for just $45. A popular Grammy-nominated artist is credited with helping bring a new life into the world. A Boston area couple says they were at Noah Kahan's concert last month when labor pains started to kick in. The next day, they welcomed baby Noah. Rondella Richardson has the story.
In the womb, I would play Stick Season, which is one of his songs, and he would kick during it.
Hearing a set at the July 19th Noah Kahan show, baby reacts again, big time. First-time mom Chloe Stanko goes into labor.
At the concert, I started having back pain, which I was kind of just ignoring, and I had to sit down multiple times.
We had our dad as a backup, ready to come pick us up.
But the PBD couple stick it out, and the following night baby Noah is born. A week ago, mom did this TikTok.
Need a girl in the heat of July.
Guess who duetted it? The singer-songwriter himself.
It was funny. He, captioned it "my bad dog," meaning like, "Oh, sorry, I put you into labor." But then his caption was really cute. It said something like, "In all seriousness, like, congratulations, I'm so happy for you."
We were freaking out a little bit because we didn't expect it to take off like it did, and then all of a sudden it was like I didn't even have TikTok, so.
It has 1.3 million views.
Oh, what a night. Oh, what a month with baby Noah.
He's exhausted from all the fame.
Is the baby really named for Noah Kahan?
This is a little bit where we agree to disagree. She says no. I say absolutely. Like, I always thought of Noah Kahan when we were thinking of the name.
Now, baby Noah was 7 pounds and 2 ounces at birth. And what a great way to come into this world. And a happy birthday to our producer, Noah Hodges. Coincidentally, it's his birthday today. We'll have another look at tonight's forecast right after the break.
Your child's confidence stems from learning and seeing clearly. At Shopko Optical, our professional team will help your child start their journey of confidence by providing quality eye care in a warm and comfortable environment. Schedule their back-to-school exam at shopko.com.
Before she was the most liberal U.S. Senator, Kamala Harris was the liberal San Francisco prosecutor, the most progressive in all of California. She let an MS-13 gang member go, who then murdered a father and his 2 sons. She agreed to release another felon, who then committed murder. And Kamala even protected illegal alien drug dealers so they could escape deportation. Kamala Harris, a dangerous San Francisco liberal. Make America Great Again, Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's the biggest savings event of the summer at Drury's in Fountain. The Labor Day sale, incredible values, and a whole lot more. You'll find store-wide savings on our finest brands like Canadel, Flexsteel, Smith Brothers, and La-Z-Boy. Plus, special financing is available if your purchase is paid in full within 24 months. And we'll even pay for your gas just for shopping at Drury's. Store-wide savings, special financing, and even free gas now during the Labor Day sale at Drury's in Fountain. Don't miss it.
At Taco John's, we've got beef with other places that start with frozen beef. That's why we start with only 100% American never frozen beef, simmered in our signature spice blend. Say no to thaw and yes to 100% American beef at Taco John's.
The La Crosse Area Builders Association's Parade of Homes, August 22nd through the 25th, with 12 different projects, including new homes. Search LABA Parade of Homes for more information and tickets and discover your home's potential.
Maury's VW has all the latest Volkswagens with new product arriving daily, including the new 2024 Volkswagen SUV lineup, the large and very spacious Atlas and Atlas Crossport, the perfect size family-friendly Volkswagen Tiguan, and the practical, economical Volkswagen Taos. As always, you don't need to travel far to have your Volkswagen serviced. Come in for your test drive today at Maury's Volkswagen.
Everyone's vision needs are unique. At Shopko Optical, our caring team of professionals will work with you to ensure your vision is at its best. Shopko Optical can help you experience every detail, color, and breathtaking sight in clarity.
Well, I kind of already mentioned that we should see no issues for Moontune. Should be a light south breeze, some cloud cover there to help with the sun, but overall temperatures falling back in the 60s. Still very pleasant. We do have potential for a shower here for Friday, even Saturday. The bigger story going into Sunday and Monday is the heat, humidity. Definitely take precautions if outside. And then we might cool down later in the half of the weekend next week. But overall, summer's coming back for at least a couple days.
It's here to stay for a bit. Thank you so much for joining us tonight at 5. We'll see you at 6.